Controversial former ZANU-PF MP Killer Zivhu has made some remarks regarding the fights against Ncube which are happening. Jonathan Moyo said something and called Ncube all sorts of names, said no clause, no constitution, no party, no what. And in response, Killer Zivhu said, Siya Chamisa akadaro. If he is naked, he will find the clothes at his own time. Chingoitai pati dzenyu kana kusapota dziripo munyerere zvamuchaturayira mwana wevanhu. Itai dzenyu moga politics dzacho dzamunoda with the structures, bank accounts, constitution and etc. This is what Killer Zivhu said. Okay, so what is happening is that there are people who are trying to direct Ncube, who are trying to tell Ncube what to do. These are the same people who were advising Ncube prior to the elections few years ago. These are the same people who were advising Ncube wrongly. And at any point in time, Ncube was ripe to actually start something new. They all ran behind Ncube because they knew that he was popular, and all they wanted was to be behind Ncube. Very, very disturbing information was that George Charamba clearly indicated that these comrades were eager to wait for Ncube to actually have some MPs, have some people in parliament, so as to grab a valuable political party as usual. Remember when the 2005 breakaway happened, over half of the assets was taken by Ncube and the MDC, and they did nothing. Where are those assets up to this day? They never returned with those assets. Tendai Biti in 2014 grabbed other assets and vehicles, offices, whatever he grabbed. Where are those items? They were never recovered by the MDC, and they benefited these individuals. Right now, when they got back and when they joined Triple C now, they got back with nothing. Nothing and nothing and nothing. And they are now taking what belongs to the opposition. They are now taking what belongs to Triple C. And that is their culture. That is their behavior. That is how they work. That is how they operate. Who benefits is ZANU-PF. Who benefits is their egos. So what they want is to punish Ncube. But Ncube's life is okay. Whose life is not okay? It's my life. Whose life is Ncube fighting for? It's my life. So when you are fixing Ncube, you are fixing me, you are fixing my wife, you are fixing my children, you are fixing my relatives. For the sake of power. And this is so wrong. So personally, I'm not targeting Chamisa. I am just stating the fact that people are being taken for red by Chamisa with his silence on the street protest. No change is coming for generations unless right action is carried out. Take a look on the Arab Spring protest which happened. They were not started or initiated by politicians. They were initiated by single persons. Go to Iran. A revolution was initiated by a woman. One person initiated things. So all these things which happen, wherever you go, where there's change, there are massive protests. They are not triggered by the political leaders. Every meaningful revolution or every meaningful protest is not initiated by the political leaders. The role of political leaders is to make sure that there is transition, is to make sure that when a time is ripe, there is proper transition and they are ready to take over power. That is the role of political leaders. The role of the people, if they want to get into the streets, people must coordinate themselves, communicate and talk. Guys, let us get into the streets. We have not gotten to that point of our people are agreeing that they need to get into the streets. Our people are not ready to be in the streets. That is the honest truth. Our people are not ready. Just a few individuals who are abroad are the people who throw these tantrums to say, Munum road, Munuesem road, Chamisa is not leading. These are the same people who will leave Nelson Chamisa rot in prison. I'm telling you this. If the people were serious, The incarceration of Job Sikala was not supposed, the protest against the incarceration of Job Sikala were not supposed to be led by naChamisa. The people were supposed to lead those protests, the people themselves. But did they do so? No, they didn't. When people are told, come in solidarity, let us be in court with Job Sikala, only a few goes there. Who does that? That is not the fault of Nchamisa. It's the people who are failing to be there. People know very well that Job Sikala is behind bars. They don't need Nchamisa to go and make sure that they're in solidarity with Job Sikala. There will be a court action at High Court. Job Sikala will be going there at High Court. Nobody shows up. Only a few individuals goes there. Why? It's because the people of Zimbabwe are not ready. So, every situation, you must not rush ahead of God. God does things in his own time. When time comes, God will raise people who are brave enough to face injustice, who are brave enough to get into the streets if there is need to get into the streets. Every transition which happens, it happens because of God. So this blame game of blaming Nchamisa and saying Nchamisa is doing nothing, Nchamisa is weak, it only comes from idiots. That is the honest truth. Wait for the leaders to do what they are planning to do. There are plans which are there to make sure that this constitutional crisis is resolved. But is it solved because of getting into the streets? Will Zimbabwe's problems end because of getting into the streets? I doubt. Take a look on the number of people who didn't vote in this election. Yes, we are crying that the elections are stolen, but how many people voted? What was the voter turnout? What if our people had voted enough? What would have happened? We have people who were in South Africa refusing to come to vote, but on social media, I see some of them I talk to them, they refused to come and vote. But they're on the forefront to say, Chamisa na plan. Some of them are our family members and friends. They refused to come and vote. But Chamisa na plan. How are you going to be on the streets of Harare when you are stuck in Joburg? Let us reflect as a people. Let us see and understand how things work.